don't think that's gonna work. Hey there. Sorry, everybody. I forgot to set up my stream in YouTube, so now I'm kind of trying to figure out how to do it without scheduling it ahead of time. Don't know. How's it going? Well, it was pretty good until I realized I forgot to set up my stream on YouTube. So now I guess maybe not as good. No, look, no, is it working? Yeah, it looks like it's working. I still need a new window capture again though for some reason. No, I don't want that. Sorry everybody, give me just a second here. Let's close this, we don't need this. How do we get this dang window capture here? Okay, there we go. Move that up. Okay, I guess the stream is working on YouTube now, I think. Carrie says good morning. Well, good morning. Yeah, thanks for coming. Always appreciate anybody watching. Now, I'd appreciate it even more if, of course, we were talking about some questions, right, that you had. Let's see here. That's funny. Okay. Well, anyway, we're gonna be going over some, like, you know, New Year's, holiday, Christmas music. Language is what I should have said. You know, that sort of thing. You know, I celebrate. I kind of celebrate Christmas, I guess. I'm not very religious. It's a religious holiday, but has its own kind of secular version. With Santa Claus. I think the secular Christmas is more fun for most people, right? You have the Christmas tree, the Santa Claus, the gifts, you know, that kind of stuff. So we got that going on. So we're going to be talking a little bit about some Christmas language or some holiday and New Year's language today. Just some idiomatic stuff. Someone says they love me. Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Carrie wants to know, what's your holiday plan? Well, we're going to go visit my parents and I guess maybe hang around there for a day or two or maybe a few days. Then for New Year's, we're driving to Dallas, so that's going to be long drive. So we got to go into Dallas. I have to make like some video advertisements and stuff. We're trying to launch some new services. Yeah, but that's not going very well. All right, but hey, what does, right? Let's get this thing plugged in here. That's better. I'm all hooked up. Sir, can you discuss a bit about vernacular English? Vernacular English. Well, I guess I'm not sure what you mean by that exactly. Like, so vernacular is just any kind of non-standard language, right? Like some kind of professional jargon or something. Well, wait a minute. What's vernacular? Let me look this up, actually. It refers to the language or dialect that is typically its speaker's native language, usually spoken informally rather than written, as seen as a lower status. Sure, whatever. So yeah, I mean, it's just like slang and, you know, normal spoken language. Yeah, I don't know. Vernacular, this kind of sounds like a technical term, but I guess it just kind of means idiomatic fluent language is vernacular. And so, I don't know. What do you want to know about it exactly? That's a pretty big topic, I guess. I mean, what about vernacular? Yeah. Try to narrow that down for me a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what to tell you there. Let's see if anybody's watching on YouTube. Probably not, because I forgot to schedule it ahead of time. Suggestion: the stream's current bit rate of whatever kilobytes per second is higher than the recommended bit rate. We recommend that you use a stream bit rate of 2500 kbps. I don't know what that means. Sir, can you discuss a bit about vernacular English in terms of their accents? Well, vernacular English, I mean, typically that's going to be more of a reference to the words and phrases that people are using. So I suppose that there would be some regional variations in vernacular. Right? That would certainly make sense. And those same regions probably also would have regional variations in their accents. But in vernacular, well, I don't think vernacular really has anything to do with accents. I'm not sure if that's the question that you... Is that what you really mean? I don't know. Can you discuss about vernacular English in terms of their accents? Well, vernacular is just dialectical English, or idiomatic English, and it's not directly tied to, nor does it have anything directly to do with accents. But I suppose different regional variations in vernacular would also probably be paired with regional variations in accent. But yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand exactly what you're asking me. What kind of information you're looking for there? Yeah, not really. Try to narrow that down a little bit. I don't understand what what information you're really seeking here. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, if you can narrow that down for me, that would be good. So, but I guess the best answer I can give you about vernacular in terms of accents is that if you have a different accent, you probably will have different vernacular, right? Because that means you're in a different region or a different area that speaks the same language, but there's usually some sort of regional differences. Does that answer your question? He says, okay, it's okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if that answered the question. I'm not really sure about that. Anyway, sorry. I don't think that was an adequate answer, but that's the best I can do. Let's see here. Let's check YouTube. No comments yet. Someone says happy holidays. Okay. Hey, thanks. You too. Okay. Well, it looks like we don't have any other immediate questions. So, let's go over some holiday vocabulary. Why not? Yeah, as some of you may know, or I mean, there's only 2 people watching, right? So as one or two of you may know, the Christmas holiday is happening, and the actual day, Christmas Day, well, the Western kind of American Christmas Day is on Monday, the 25th. I'm pretty sure in Russia they celebrate Christmas on the 7th of January or later. They celebrate it later. So yeah, I'm willing to bet that there are other countries, regions, or cultures that also celebrate on different days. So December 25th is Christmas for me. All right, so I guess that's in what, a couple days. Cool. All right. Will you make gingerbread cookies? I hope not. Yeah, I don't really like gingerbread cookies very much. I'm not sure if we're going to make any cookies. We were going to be going to my parents' house earlier, but now we're going to be getting there like on the afternoon of Christmas Eve. So we might have another cookieless year. Yep, maybe. Yeah, it's kind of like one of the holiday traditions of a lot of families, including mine, or, well, I guess it's not much of a tradition if we don't actually do it every year, right? But, yeah, there is kind of like a traditional holiday thing that you, like, make a bunch of sugar cookies, right? Yeah, you make some, like, sugar cookies, you decorate them, you know, they look cute, that kind of thing. What other traditions American people do on Christmas? Okay, well, tradition, that's a noun, right? So we would say instead something probably like, what other traditions do American people have for Christmas? All right, that would be a little bit better way to format that question. Oh, there's lots of traditions. Right, yeah, there's all sorts of traditions. I guess one of them would be Christmas caroling. All right, let's write that one down, actually. That's a good one. We got to carol. Actually, you know what? I don't know how to spell caroling. Christmas caroling. No, I was right. C-A-R-O-L-I-N-G. Yeah. Yeah, Christmas caroling. But what is a carol? A religious folk song. Interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, so yeah, we Christmas caroling. Christmas caroling. That's one where that's just kind of like where you sing songs door to door. All right, you sing songs door to door. All right, Christmas caroling. I know that this is supposedly a tradition, but in my whole life, I think I've only seen real Christmas carolers like once or twice. Kid Book Media. Okay, interesting username. Thanks for coming. Let me know if you have any ESL questions, please. I'd love to hear them. Between questions, or if no one asks any questions, I'll be just talking about some like holiday or Christmas language. So right now we're talking about Christmas caroling. It's not spelled quite like that. It's caroling. Caroling, as in a carol equals a noun equals traditional folk religious songs, right? Most Christmas songs have some kind of religious element. So that's why it's Christmas caroling, because carols are kind of like religious hymns or folk hymns. Yeah, but you basically, like, for Christmas caroling, you go door to door and you sing Christmas music. Joy to the world, bum 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 bum. Or, I actually don't know the words to that one, but that's like a super famous Christmas song. I really like that one. That bum 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 bum. Gosh, what's that one even called? Oh, I don't know. I think that's called Carol of the Bells. Actually, let me see here. Carol of the Bells. Lyrics. Hark, hear the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say ding dong kay. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Carol of the Bells. I kind of like that one. Yeah, I kind of like that one. That's a good song. Yeah, Christmas songs, they're pretty good. All right. Um, I heard that Santa has an official pilot's license. Oh, okay. Maybe, yeah. I remember when I was a kid, the internet was just starting to get useful, widely used, and I must have been, I don't know, maybe about 9 or 10, and so I didn't really believe in Santa anymore, but there was one year that was super cool, NORAD, the North American Air Defense radio or whatever air defense, NORAD was tracking Santa on radar, right, all night. It's shows you where he is, flying around. I thought that was kind of cute. I think that they still do that. I think they actually still do that. Let's check really quick, right? Santa tracker. Yeah, so we got Google.com. Google has the Santa tracker and official NORAD. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Sure enough, yes. Yes. So here we go. Here's the website, right? They're going to start tracking Santa. Starts in 15 hours, countdown. Right now, I guess they have some Christmas music playing in the background here. Let's take a look here. Oh, I forget, it's in my headphones. You can't hear that. Anyway, yeah, so I guess they still do that. All right, yeah, they still do that. NORAD still tracks Santa. Oh, I love that. That's so funny. Let's see here. Let's see if anyone's talking on YouTube. No, YouTube is dead as usual. Nah, at least it's dependable, right? Consistent. Yeah, consistent. Okay, MG Avinash wants to join the video. Let's answer this question first, and we'll let him in. What's your Christmas wish list? I don't know. Frankly, as I age, I think that the joy of Christmas has been thoroughly sucked right out of me. A Christmas wish list. If I had a Christmas wish list, it would be to stay home and relax and not worry about driving around and doing a bunch of stuff. So I'm not getting that wish. I don't know, $1 million. Right? How about that? How about that for a Christmas wish list? Yeah. How about that? No, you see, anything that I actually want or that I really want in my life, typically I'll save up money and just buy it like a normal person, So I don't know. Christmas, I don't have a Christmas wish list. I just don't have one. How about you? Do you have one? Let's see. MG Avinash 22 wants in. Let's we can start this video here. Let's see. Come on in. What do we got? Is he here? I don't see or hear anything. Hello? Maybe he left. No, he's still here. Yeah, Avinash, if you want to join the video, you can. Just don't do anything weird or, bad. Or I'll have to hang up on you. But I guess it wouldn't be that bad. There's only 2 or 3 people watching. So, yeah. I wish the housing market crashed. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Is that? I didn't realize we could make wishes like that. Sure. Yeah. Okay, we'll say that. Yeah, that's a good Christmas wish. Sure. Yeah, let's get these housing prices down. I'm sure some super wealthy person somewhere, or a bunch of super wealthy people somewhere, would not be happy about that, but basically everyone else would be. Right? So, Aslana Vazov, hello. If you got any ESL questions, you just let me know. Okay, I'd love to answer them for you. Well, it looks like this other guy isn't gonna join us, so I don't know. You wish that the interest rates go lower. Yeah, yeah. So the interest rate goes lower. Yeah. Well, that would be nice too, right? But again, I'm sure there's someone that wouldn't like that. I don't know why, but I'm sure there's somebody. So there's probably some competing Christmas wishes there, right? So some people are wishing that the housing market doesn't crash. Some people are wishing that the housing market does crash. you know, Whatever. Either way is fine. Um, Edgar Quinta. Hello. If you have any ESL questions, let me know. Okay, I'd like to answer those questions for you if you have them. So we were talking a little bit about Christmas caroling. We're talking a little about like holiday language, Christmas, New Year's. Let's take a look at some like New Year's idioms. All right, I think that would be kind of fun. Right. So, of course, there's I wish no more wars. Well, as long as there are short-sighted men, or men and women, let's be fair. Women can be short-sighted and selfish too. As long as there are short-sighted and selfish men and women in power that have a monetary interest in, starting wars, I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, so funny. Who benefits from a war? All right, certainly no one fighting it. No one fighting the war benefits from it. That's for sure. Yeah. Well, that's it's touching on some political shit right there. I'm not gonna do that, but yeah, sure. Let's just say I also would wish for no more wars, but people they're always gonna find some excuse to kill each other, aren't they? Yeah. Pensiava. Hi. Thanks for coming. If you got any ESL questions, please ask. Right, so let's talk about. I don't know if I would technically consider this idiomatic language, but there's a noun, right? The New Year's resolution. The New Year's resolution. Right. What is that? What's a New Year's resolution? Can anyone tell me? Does anyone know? I'll give you guys a few minutes here. New Year's resolution. What is that? No ideas? I'll give you a little bit more time to type something out if you want to. Give you a few more seconds. I can't give you a couple of minutes. Some chances. I don't know. Is that supposed to be make changes? Is that the New Year's resolution? Are you answering that question? What's the New Year's resolution? I think that's an answer to that question. Well, I can kind of see. I think I can kind of see maybe what you mean by that. I think especially the making changes. Sure. Any other ideas? Does anybody else have any ideas? A New Year's resolution to make a New Year plan. Well, yeah, kind of. It's kind of like a plan. Yeah, kind of. A little bit different from that. Right. So a New Year's resolution is some kind of commitment that you make to yourself for some kind of personal growth or personal change. Right? That's a New Year's resolution. Right? So I'll call this like a personal commitment to some kind of, that's not a D, is it? Kind of growth or positive change. right? Like a New Year's resolution, it's supposed to be something like good, right? Like you can't, I guess you wouldn't have a New Year's resolution to like smoke more cigarettes or something, right? That would be weird, right? Or a New Year's resolution to work out less or be more lazy, right? Yeah, you don't do that, right? It's something, some kind of like plan or a commitment or a change, right? Like Carrie was saying, some kind of plan or commitment or change to better yourself in the new year. All right, so that's kind of the point there. It's like your New Year's resolution. You want to better yourself for the new year. What does that look like? I mean, last year, I think one of my New Year's resolutions was to just quit smoking cigarettes, and I did. I'll still smoke sometimes, like if I'm at a bar or out drinking or something, like social situation, right? I'm a social smoker, but yeah, I don't buy cigarettes anymore or tobacco. So that was good. Um, Another New Year's resolution, I believe last year's, I wanted to, take my GRE test to get ready for graduate school, and I did do that. And now I'll be starting graduate school on January 15th, which will be nice. So I got that going on. Maybe my New Year's resolution this year will have something to do also with graduate school, like make sure to study a certain amount of hours per week or something like that, or try to have a resolution to keep my GPA at a certain level, something like that. I don't know. Haven't really thought of one yet. How about y'all? Well, there's only like one person watching, so I don't know why it keeps trying to invite this person that's not coming. Keeps saying it they're invited. They're not invited. I'm canceling it, and then it re-invites them again and again. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, so do either of you guys have a New Year's resolution? The two of you that are watching. All right. What's my market share of the internet right now? All right. I've got two people. I'm thinking like 0.0000000001% or something like that. Yeah. What's your New Year's resolution? Still trying to think of one for myself, I think. Yeah, haven't really decided on anything. Well, I'm gonna have to go back to Mexico for the dentist anyway, so that's not really a resolution anyway. So, yeah, I guess it's just gonna have to be something like studying enough, or something like that. Yeah. So, I'll say like, hey Prince, thanks for coming. My New Year's, well, that actually is a possessive resolution, is to study at least 15 to 20 hours per week. And you know what? Be more positive about work on social media and other unpaid stuff. All right. So yeah, I could also be more positive about my social media work. Yeah, social media really depresses me. I don't like it, at all. Is I bet an alternative for I think. Yeah, they often are used synonymously. Yeah. I think we could do this. I bet we could do this. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, only in the positive though. Yeah, it's mostly used in the positive, right? Like it's not that you don't bet something. Usually I bet. Yeah. Let's try out a couple of these sentences for me. Let's see if we can actually use them. My 2024 New Year's resolution is to find a new job. Great. Yeah, very nice. Good luck with that. Yeah. yeah, if anyone else wants to let us know what your New Year's resolution is. So I've got kind of two, right? I want to be studying at least 15 to 20 hours per week for my graduate program and be more positive about work on social media and other unpaid stuff that I do. Right? It puts me in a very bad mood sometimes to do a bunch of work for free. I really don't like doing that. My 2024, should we? Has me says hello. Hey there. Hi, thanks for coming. Universal Prince says, should we only use the simple past verb with the phrase it's time or it's high time? It's time. It's time. It is time we went. Yeah, you know what? That's interesting. There's some interesting grammar happening there, right? Because it is time. So let's talk about that phrasing a little bit. Actually, I'm just gonna type some stuff. I'm gonna delete what I have here on YouTube. Now I know no one's gonna watch on YouTube. No one does. But if you did, you would be able to see my writing and drawing. All right, and the quality is higher, right? So if you did, it would be good, but I don't think anyone will because no one does. All right, so but that's okay. You can watch wherever you want. I just my strong recommendation would be YouTube, but no one does. Let's write this down really quick here. Let's see, 16 to 24. Okay. It's time. It's high time, right? So it's funny that this is this phrase is usually going to be followed by a subject pronoun. Subject pronoun. Subject pronoun. And then past simple. Past simple. So, like, for instance, it's time we talked about our New Year's resolutions. It's high time we talked about our New Year's resolutions. Excellent. So, yeah, you know what? I think we do. Yeah, I think we only really use the past simple with that. Or is this... And then we talked about... No, it's not the participle. Yeah, sorry. I was just thinking about it for a second there. Interesting question, Prince. Why don't you try that phrase out a little bit for us? Try to make some of your own example sentences. I'd like to see them. Let's scroll down this chat a little bit here. Let's see. I don't wait for any special day to set resolutions. For me, every day is special. Well, if every day is special, doesn't that also mean that they're not special? Right? Like, if everything is special, that means nothing is special. But okay, I mean, fair enough. I guess the New Year's is a nice measuring point, right? It's just kind of a demarcation point that's easy to recognize, easy to point at and be like, aha, that's when I did it, right? This is when it's happening, all right? Kazmi says, discuss about IELTS listening, please. And someone else seems to be advertising a YouTube channel. It'd be difficult to read the comments on both Instagram and YouTube. Well, I mean, not really. It's just that no one comments on YouTube, so I just, don't check it that much. Let's get in here. I'm kind of curious. What is this? Well, someone's advertising a YouTube channel to us here. Let's just check it out. Why not? Right? Reclamator. Reclamator. I have no idea what this The reclamator solves the world's water problems. A new technology, all wastewater to be reclaimed. This, yeah, this seems like some scam. So, I don't know. Anyway, well, thanks for spreading the word on that pseudoscientific water scam. 266 subscribers. Okay. Sure. Whatever. So let's talk about the IELTS listening like Kazmi wants us to. That's fine, fine, fine. Now let's see here. IELTS listening. Ooh. Now, IELTS listening, again, that's kind of a big topic, right? So I guess the best things that we could go over right now, quickly and easily, is kind of your general approach and general tactics. So I think there's the one biggest mistake that usually it's a first-time test taker for the IELTS. The biggest mistake that they make, or that anyone really makes on the IELTS listening, usually it's the first-time test taker, is that they're not doing active listening, right? Whenever, between every set of listening and between every set of questions, there's a little bit of time, like a minute and a half or so, where you can just, there's nothing happening. There's no recording playing, right? In that time, it is extremely important that you are looking at the questions, reading ahead, and finding the key words and phrases that you're listening for. And now they're probably going to be paraphrased, but you need to find the key words and phrases, right? So active listening, scan questions before the recording. All right. Always scan the questions before the recording. Find your key words. Now, the key words in IELTS listening or reading, keywords are usually going to be stuff like verbs, adjectives, adverbs, maybe modal verbs, modals, perhaps proper nouns and numbers, right? Really, really important, right? So basically, if any time, like if you're taking the IELTS, the listening, and you look around the room, if there's anyone that's sitting there not doing something at any time, they are doing the test wrong, right? The listening test is like 35 minutes or so, but you should be like furiously working the entire time. If the recording is playing, if the recording's not playing, whatever, okay? Same thing when you're listening to the audio, you're listening to the recording, you should have already looked ahead at the questions, but you need to be looking at the question you think you're on and one or two questions ahead of it all the time, scanning through them over and over and over again, over and over, constantly scanning. If you think you're on question number, 11, you need to be reading and scanning question 11, 12, and 13. Why? Why is that? Even when I've taken the IELTS test, I've missed a question or two. I was distracted for a moment, or I wasn't paying attention, or I wasn't paying enough attention, and you just miss one. And so if you're only looking at the question that you think is currently happening, and you accidentally miss it, the recording keeps going, and then you get further and further and further behind. You are going to miss a couple of these questions on the IELTS listening. It is going to happen. you need to be ready for it, right? Missing one or two questions, that's not good, right? But it's not going to completely ruin our score as long as we're prepared for it. Now, if we miss a question, one or two questions, and we're not looking ahead, we're not prepared for that, we could end up missing 5, 10 questions, right? It could be a lot. That can and will ruin your score. All right, so the active listening process that I'm talking about it's multiple parts, right? Number one, you need to be looking ahead before the recording starts and finding your keywords and phrases. Number two, you need to be actively scanning the question that you think you're on, as well as the next one or two questions all the time. All right, the IELTS listening, it's the shortest section. No, the speaking is really the shortest section. Sorry, yeah. But as far as like the between the reading, the writing, and the listening, it's the shortest of those three. And but it really is a lot of work. You should be working furiously the entire time. It's exhausting. For me too. All right, so I think that would be my number one suggestion for the IELTS listening. You need to be actively listening and really scanning and running through the questions constantly. Right? No stops, no breaks. All right, let's keep going down here. All right, I can't. Dang it! Come on, man. Here, should we say blah blah blah? Okay, no, not that. I like to watch this YouTube. Blah blah blah. Okay, I already read that. Could you explain the difference between I prefer and I would rather? Well, the biggest difference there is I prefer is typically followed by an ing verb. I prefer going to the park. All right. As to where I would rather is just followed by a base form of the verb. I would rather go to the park. Because prefer is a verb, so we're talking about an action that you prefer, so we're going to need to use a gerund or an infinitive. I prefer going to the park. I prefer to go to the park. As to where I would rather, all right, rather is not, I don't think rather is a verb. Wait a minute. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not a verb. Sorry. It's like, wait a minute. Is rather a verb? Actually, what is that actually? Is that, rather? Is that, so it's preferable. It's about, I think that's an adverb. Yeah, let's see. Yes, commonly used as an adverb. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, rather is an adverb, so we can follow it with just a normal base form of the verb. All right. So because prefer is a verb that's typically paired with other verbs, similar to like. I like to go to the park. I like going to the park. In English, in the English language, we don't like it when two base forms of the verb are touching. We don't like two verbs touching. We don't like that. So that's why we come up with the gerund or the infinitive. All right, so gerunds and infinitives are pretty closely related to each other in that they typically are interacting with verbs. So, yeah. Does that answer your question? Yeah, you can try a couple of examples for us if you'd like. All right, so I feel stressed if I plan something, so I always play it by ear. Oh, that's a good one, yeah. Is it correct to put the preposition about with the verb discuss? Well, wait a minute. Was this last one a question? I feel stressed if I plan something, so I always play it by ear. I mean, okay. What does that mean to play something by ear? All right. You could also say go off the cuff. I feel stressed if I plan something, so I always go off the cuff. Or so I always play it by ear. Right? They all mean the same thing. Is it correct to put the preposition about with the verb discuss? No. No, it is not. All right. About is co-located with talk. You talk about something or you discuss something, right? Like, we need to talk about your grades. We need to discuss your grades. We're not going to say discuss about. I'm glad that you asked that. I've seen this error many times, many times. So yeah, good question. So heck no, do not co-locate about with the verb discuss. Please don't do that. So it's talk about or just discuss. That's it. All right. I'm interested to know how differently the coffee is made in the USA, as I feel like drinking USA coffee when you are drinking. As I feel like drinking USA coffee when you are drinking. Well, you know, it's kind of funny. In Europe, when you order a coffee, I mean, it's typically going to be some form of espresso, right? Some strong, hard coffee. But like in World War I or World War II, I forget which one, but the American forces in Europe couldn't handle the coffee because it was too strong, right? Can you imagine this? Like out in the trenches, these like, 16, 17, 18-year-old hardened killers they can't handle the coffee, is too strong. So they watered it down and they called it the Americano, right? And so now basically watered down coffee, that's what we just call coffee in America now, right? In Europe it's still an Americano, right? So me, when I'm in Europe, I don't order Americano. I order cafe con leche, but yeah. So I guess the main difference with the American coffee is that we water more often. We'll water it down, right, and make it a little bit more of a lighter drink, kind of like a strong tea instead. Now, me personally, I wouldn't say that I make coffee in the standard American way. Because what I have is, actually, let me show you. This is kind of cool. 1 second. Well, I think it's cool. Probably not actually cool. So me, I actually like to slow brew my coffee, right? So this has, coffee in there, and you see that shaking around in there. So instead of like getting your coffee beans and grinding them up and then like pouring super hot water over them, I take the ground up coffee beans and I put them in, normal room temperature water in this big container, and then I put it in the refrigerator for like several days. All right, and so that's called a cold brew. It's a slower brewing process, but it's also supposed to have less acid and more flavor. I do notice a flavor difference. I don't know if the whole like less acid thing is actually true. Maybe. All right, but yeah, I like having the cold brew coffee. Yeah. So I mostly drink cold brew. All right, let me go put that back in the refrigerator so I don't forget. But again, I don't know if that's like USA style or if it's just my style. I think it's just me. I'm sure there's other people in the United States that make cold brew, of course, right? But I don't know if that's a typically American type of thing. All right. Well, let's we got a pretty good amount of questions here. I like that. Is a phrase again and again incorrect? Should we say over and over? Should we only say over and over? He did that over and over. He did that again and again. No, both of them are fine. Yeah, just to talk about something that was repeated several times or over and over again and again. Yeah, both of those are totally fine. No problem either way. Yeah. Yeah, they're both good. Yeah, don't worry about that. Okay. Okay, with someone joined, I'll wave. Can we please discuss some shopping-related idioms and phrases? Shopping, huh? Thanks, James, for taking effort for explaining how coffee is made at your place. Can you put a question mark on there? I don't think that was a question, right? I'm happy to do it. Yeah, I really enjoy coffee. Right? It is one of life's simple pleasures. Kind of like smoking a cigarette was, but I don't do that anymore. But I still have my coffee. Frankly, if a doctor was like, "Look, James, if you don't stop drinking coffee, you'll be dead in 10 years." I'd say, "All right, well, I'm going to have some coffee." Right? That's just one thing I don't see myself giving that up. I just don't. It's just one of those simple joys in life that I just really want to keep around. Shopping related idioms and phrases. Related to shopping, huh? Interesting. Well, let's see if anything comes to mind immediately. Some sort of shopping related idiom or phrase. There's the whole shop till you drop, right? Shop till you drop. That's one. I don't know if that one's not super meaningful. I mean, it's very direct. Shop till you drop, right? So it's like shop until you're so exhausted that you can't go on anymore, right? That does not sound like my idea of a good time, right? Shop till you drop. What are some other shopping-related idioms and phrases? That's tricky. I must not do very much shopping. I definitely don't. I don't know. Does anyone else? Please give me a sentence as snug as a bug in a rug. Okay, I mean, yeah. Well, that's usually you would just say I am, you are, he, she, it is as snug as a bug in a rug, right? That just means someone's very comfortable. Yeah, so like I'm as snug as a bug in a rug. I'm as snug as a bug in a rug. You look as snug as a bug in a rug. Right? You look as snug as a bug in a rug. Yeah, just very comfortable, right? That just means you look very comfortable. Oh, geez, I'm kind of getting behind on these questions here. Well, I was trying to go over some of these shopping idioms, but more questions keep coming in. Which sentence is correct? What's the weather like there? What's the weather like at your place? I mean, both of them are fine. Both of those are fine. What's the weather like at your place is more work than you need to do, right? It's easier to just say, what's the weather like there? Like, that's how I would say it. Or perhaps, what's the weather like for you? Also would be fine. All right, break the budget. How do you use this? Well, that's a phrasal verb, of course. As a phrasal verb, of course, it can be used in different tenses. We can shift the tense of break. All right. I broke the budget. I will break the budget. He is breaking the budget. He was breaking the budget, or I was breaking the budget, whatever. So, yeah, it's just, we use it like a verb. All right, it's a phrasal verb. Breaking the budget. What does that mean to break the budget? Can you tell me, Prince? What does that mean if you break the budget? As snug as a bug in a rug. Should we call this phrase as simile? You're saying, is that a simile? All right. I wouldn't say that. No. All right. So a simile, if I'm not wrong, okay. A simile is when you're comparing things together using like. All right. Like James is like some sort of ESL teaching God. All right. So where a metaphor is when we say something actually is one thing. James is an ESL teaching God. All right. Let's make sure I'm right about that. Simile. Figure of speech involving comparison, la la la. You know, it's emphatic, vivid, blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. Like, as, so, or than. Yeah. So we often will use a simile as a comparison using like, as, so, or than. That's fine. Yeah. So no, I wouldn't say that it's not a simile. No. Are break the budget and break the bank the same? Yeah. Basically, yeah. To break the budget, break the bank. Yeah, exactly. If you're going to break the bank, that means you're spending too much money. If you're going to break the budget, you're spending too much money. Exactly. All right. Can't we say if I am correct instead of if I am not wrong? Sure. Yeah, if I'm correct, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, they mean the same thing. Yeah, that's fine. And you've got a lot of questions, Prince. Do you write these down during the week? I think that's a great idea. I would highly encourage anyone else to do the same thing. In fact, I used to do that with my group lessons. I had some businesses that were doing groups, and I would tell them like, "Hey, keep a little notebook. Write down any English questions that come up during the week, and you can ask me next class." All right. So I do my live stream almost every Saturday. All right. Sometimes I'll miss one if I'm like sick or something. All right. But shoot, what was I saying? Either way, shoot, what was I saying? I read someone's question and then it just distracted me. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So just you can come ask your questions on Saturdays, and if you write to get a little notebook, little pocket notebook, write anything down that occurs during the week. Don't we buy anything while window shopping? Well, you're asking a negative question that don't we buy anything. That implies a positive answer, but actually it is a negative answer. We do not buy anything while window shopping. Window shopping implies that you will not be buying anything. Right? You're just looking in the window. You're window shopping. So no, we don't buy anything. All right. Are cheapskate and miser the same? Yeah. If someone's a cheapskate or if someone's a miser, yeah, absolutely. That means basically the same thing. Right? They don't. They're not willing to spend their money, especially not on other people or for, other people's stuff. Oh, look at that! It's already 12:30. Yeah, that's it. Dang it! Yeah, that one flew by pretty fast, especially after Prince got here and started asking those great questions. I always love that. Prince, you're a real savior. You're a real live stream savior. Let me tell you. If I had another 20 or 30 followers like you, then these live streams actually would be pretty fun, and I'd probably do them for 2 hours. Thanks, James, for another wonderful session. No, thank you. Yeah, you're the one who made it wonderful. You and anyone else who asked questions, of course. But Universal Prince is definitely the MVP of this live stream. All right, I'll see everybody later. Have a good one. And, if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you don't, Happy Holidays, whatever. Okay? And I'll see you guys next week. I guess that'll be the day before New Year's. No, it's the 30th. So it's like 2 days before New Year's. All right, see y'all later. All right, now let's shut down the YouTube one, too. There we go.